if you guys see my previous short that I literally just uploaded like 2 seconds ago, you know, I broke down what the fight will come down to for Ilya and Charles tonight. And I didn't really give my prediction, so I'm going to give my prediction in this. I'm going to say my mind is going Ilya. My heart is going Charles. But there's a part of my mind that's going Charles too. So logically speaking, if my heart and a piece of my mind are saying it, Charles should win. But my mind is still the more logical thing. So I'm going with Ilya. Only because Charles has been knocked down in a lot of his fights, or hurt, wobbled in a lot of his fights, and he's been saved by the fact that he's very dangerous and people were not willing to go down to the ground with him, right? And we saw in the Islam fight where Islam was willing to go down to the ground after hurting him and knocking him down, the fight ended, right? So someone like Ilya, we don't know how good. I mean, I can't assume his grappling is as good as Islam Makhachev's. I can't assume he'd have that same success and be able to finish him off on the ground like that. I can't. But because we've seen him be chinny with people who are not, I think Ilya's probably, I've never seen Dustin Poirier knock out a guy flush like that at 155. Maybe I'm wrong. If I am, please let me know. But I've never seen Dustin Poirier knock a guy flush out like that, ever. Michael Chandler, with his foot, he did. But with his hands, actually, I mean, Dan Hooker. But the Jai Herbert one, like, that was crazy. Like, that was ragdoll. His body was like ragdoll physics. Like you kill a guy in Gmod, and that was Jai Herbert. So it's a little different. So it's like different kind of power. And if Ilya lands on that chin with that overhand, in which the chin is up in the air, I can't help but think Charles is going to go down. And Ilya has that ability to find that shot. And he has that killer instinct like not a lot of people have. That's a very special ability, special skill to be able to have. So it's like Charles isn't some defensive wizard. He's going to be hit. I got to go with Ilya just because it's like, well, how does he get out of that? But at the same time, I think Charles knows this. He knows what he's not. So that's where the interesting part comes in, because if Charles is like, you know what, I'm going to stay in that pocket. That's what Max and Alex were not willing to really do, is be in that pocket. Charles might say, fuck it, and be in that pocket, throw his knees. When Ilya's moving his head, he likes to feint his head on his front foot and sort of bend over a little bit. And that was what Jai Herbert was using to his success. He might decide to throw them knees. He might decide to work them teeps. He might decide to throw those punches in the pocket, throw that hook that he dropped, I think, Michael Chandler with. And it could be interesting because Chandler or Gaethje said, like, that was the hardest guy they've been hit by. And they both fought Poirier. So